Oh, geez, sorry. I was just reading this year's copy of the yearbook. Never mind. Anyway, welcome to the last episode of Last Week at TA. More like last year at TA. But anyways, in this episode, Chris Jordan interviews some seniors, Calvin Cristoforo chooses the JV Athlete of the Year, and Chris Toshak interviews some teachers. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being around for all these episodes, and yeah, this is the last episode. Hope you enjoy.
Wait, where's Tom? Tom, you're on for the interview. You won! Tom, you won!
Okay.
Hi, I'm Chris Jordan, and I'm here with
Hannah Niles.
And what grade are you in, Hannah?
I'm a senior.
And what has been one of your favorite parts about TA?
I would have to say this year I did the musical, I did Mamma Mia, and that was a really cool experience. I've always been part of the arts through choir and chamber singers, but this was a whole new family that I gained, and I'm really thankful for it.
And what advice do you have for incoming freshmen?
Yeah, I would say to try to keep an open mind when you're coming into TA. I know it can be kind of overwhelming joining a new big school, but I really do think that if you try to join different clubs, if you do sports, try to diversify your friend group and go outside of your comfort zone. I think that's really important, and I think it will only help you in the long run.
And what graduation is a week and a half away?
Yeah.
What's the next chapter in your book?
I'm actually going to University of Maine, Orono, and I'm majoring in political science on a pre-law track. I want to be a lawyer. I'm also playing soccer there, so it should be a really fun experience.
And if you were to leave a legacy here at TA, what would you leave?
I think that legacy is kind of an interesting word, but I would say that if you were asking what I'd want to be remembered by, I'd want to be remembered by my leadership and my activism in trying to make this institution a better place, but also just the community in general. I think that just being a kind person is something to be remembered by.
Thanks, Hannah. Another happy student.
Dominic Daddiego.
And what grade are you in, Dominic?
I am a senior here at TA.
What has been one of your favorite parts along your 4 years here at TA?
I think one of my favorite things would probably be dance, because dance has allowed me to get the feel for the TA arts and stuff like that, and allow me to express myself through dance.
What is some advice you would have for some incoming freshmen?
My advice to incoming freshmen would probably be to get involved. Get involved with things. If you don't think you're going to want to do something, at least try it, because it could be something that you want to do, because I didn't think I was going to do dance, and then it's become a critical part of the 4 years of TA. So.
And after TA, what would you want to be remembered by?
I think I'd want to be remembered by my aura, how I am with people, and for my school spirit.
All right, and we have a week and a half until graduation. What's the next chapter in your book?
My next chapter is I'm going to be going off to Husson University to do videography and communications.
Nice. Thanks, Dominic.
Of course. Thank you.
And I'm here with
Jake Lamontagne.
And what grade are you in, Jake?
I'm a senior here at Thornlake. Well, almost former senior. Next week or the week after, whenever we graduate.
And Jake, what has been one of your favorite parts here at TA during your 4 years?
Favorite part here at TA, for sure, has to be just using all the equipment back here, like this camera. I really like enjoying all this equipment, because I've made great friends just working back here, working on new videos, and working on all this different stuff.
Okay. And for incoming freshmen, what would be some of your advice for them?
Really just explore where your passions are, because even if it's not math or science, there's still a place for you, and Thornton Academy helps you explore that. For example, I've always hated math and science. When I got here, I said, what am I going to do? And through the school and through all this stuff, I've had so many opportunities open for me. I've interned at the Children's Tribune, I've interned here, and I've really excelled in my video creating ability, and I'm very fortunate that the school has given me the opportunity to do that.
Nice. And after TA, what's the next chapter in your book?
For me, after TA, what I'll be doing is I'll be going up to St. Anselm's in Manchester, and I will be majoring in communications.
Nice. I'm reporter Chris Jordan, signing off with Jake LaMontagne, editor, director, and now interviewee, with the last episode of last year at TA.
Well, now it's the last episode of last week at TA, last year at TA. I like that. Let's end it with the sign. I really like that.
They're not on varsity, but it doesn't mean they're bad. It's the JV athlete of the
year.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final edition of Last Week at TA. This year, it's a special episode as it's last year at TA as we do a review of the whole year around Thornton Academy. I'm here with the JV athlete of the year, Thomas Philbrook.
What's up?
Are you coming up for the interview?
I'll be right up, don't worry.
Tom was the 3-time repeating JV Athlete of the Month, but today he's being awarded to be the Junior Varsity Athlete of the Year. Come on out, Tom. Tom,
Calvin?
congratulations.
Yeah, nice to be here with you guys again.
Your dominance on the JV field is really proved, and now I'm so glad to talk about you about this year in review of sports we're about to do.
Me too.
How do you feel about gaining this award?
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's probably one of the brightest moments of my life right now.
It would be if I was in your shoes, but I'm just not that good at junior varsity athletics.
What can I say, man? I'm just that good.
Well, we're going to talk about the review in sports for the whole year. We're going to talk about the varsity football team, a team you were a part of.
Yeah, definitely.
Undefeated, 11-0, state champions, outscoring their opponents 554-90. What do you have to say about the dominance of that team?
That's a lot of points. It's a big difference, you know. We really came out this year and really showed what we were made of.
Did you ever at any point feel bad for the opponents you were absolutely dominating?
I felt bad because they were trash.
Yeah, they were trash. They weren't very good at
But
football.
it's their fault for being trash.
Yes. But what about JV? How was your JV football season?
It was pretty much on par with the varsity.
I was talking to some scouts and they said your play was dominant.
You
Do you
know
agree
it,
with
man.
that?
That's the only way, you know. Got to get on the field, got to stay hungry.
I mean-
you know, I've been hungry since 2000.
You were owning some JV kids. Is that true?
That's true, yeah.
Well, we're going to move on to volleyball.
Okay.
How do you feel about the sport of volleyball? Ever played volleyball?
Yeah, sometimes.
Ever played beach volleyball?
No, can't say that. I
I'm
haven't.
sure you'd look handsome playing beach volleyball,
Well,
let
you
me
know
tell
it.
you that. Volleyball with a historic season. They finished 7-7, 9th place in Class A South, but they won the program's first ever varsity playoff game. What do you have to say about that?
They need to get better. They need to, like...
They're improving.
We're really, like, out here with football, and we'd be winning state champions, and freaking volleyball be out here, like,
If
winning
you
one
were
playoff
on
game.
the JV volleyball team, what would their record be?
We'd be undefeated.
Undefeated. Would
Undefeated.
you ever lose?
No, we'd just eat.
That's maybe something you need to look forward to next year
Yeah, going to college, maybe I'll go play some volleyball.
on the JV team
Yeah, definitely.
because they need you.
They do. They really do.
You should start a men's team, but only a JV team.
Dude, like, I've been getting calls from volleyball scouts for, like, forever.
That's huge if true. Well, we're gonna move on to basketball. How do you feel about basketball?
You know, gotta get them hoops. You
Let
know
me
what
see.
I'm saying?
Let me see that. Let me see that again.
Hoop.
That
Nothing but
is
net.
nothing every time.
Every time.
Basketball was 14-4 in the regular season,
Oh,
but
wow.
lost in the Class A South Final to Bonnie Eagle, 48-44. They finished at the 1 seed. Bonnie Eagle with the 4, I believe, and that was a bit of an upset. What do you
Bit of
say
an
about
upset.
that?
It's definitely interesting. I know they had a pretty good season. They had a couple buzzer beaters. You know, some good shots, especially from Peyton Jones.
How do you feel that I just lied to you and said Bonnie Eagle was the 4 seed, but they're really the 2 seed? Did that change your output of the game at all?
No.
No, it's the same thing. You're not even shook at all that I just lied
Not
to you.
shook, no.
You're not shook about it. Okay, well, we're going to move on to hockey. Hockey finished 11-7. You have a friend on that team, is that true?
Yeah, Noah Pullen.
You said in a prior episode that he was... Do you have anything to change after they finished 11-7 with the number 1 seed in the South?
No, they did pretty good. I'm proud of them.
They did lose in the playoffs 2-1 in the first round to Portland Deering, which is kind of a combined squad. Kind of cheating, kind of not.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts
it's,
on
it's
that?
2 schools, so like
If we were combined with Biddeford, I mean...
we'd wreck.
Trophies,
You know?
so
it's like rude.
I don't know how that's legal, that them to do that, because like...
I'm literally shaking.
JV hockey, how would you improve the JV hockey team?
A lot more fights. That's
Lot more fights.
We need more fights.
You'd be a big bruiser out there, is that
Yeah.
true?
I mean, it's a when you play hockey, you're supposed to be fighting. You're not actually there to play hockey.
So like if a 4'11" freshman came up and checked you and she's like, I'm about to check you, Tom, what would you do?
Bro, I'd literally break his ankle.
You'd break his ankles
Yeah,
in a fight.
of course.
That's a little bit hard to do when you're standing on skates, but
What do you
obviously
mean?
not for
I
Tom Felber.
skates. You just like kick them with the skates or whatever. Just saying. You know what I'm saying?
That seems a little dangerous, Tom.
That's the point. You gotta live on the edge.
You gotta live.
Especially when you're the JV athlete of the year.
You just gotta deck some kids sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta
That's how
do
it
it.
be.
Would you wear skates on the ice or no?
Oh well, of course. What am I gonna wear? Rollerblades?
I don't know. If maybe you're not that good at skating.
I mean, I'm not, but I'll try. I'll give it my
You
best.
try. Well, now we're in the spring season. It's the end of May, and we're talking about the baseball team. They're 11-2, number 2 seed in A South. You've been to all the games so far. Is that true?
Of course,
Yeah, he's been to all the
gotta
games.
rep the team.
He's
Gotta
been to all.
rep TA.
And what do you just say about their lineup?
I don't know, Derek Medori. He's looking kind of small.
He is very small. Actually, as part of this bit, your one thing was to insult Derek Medor, but he didn't show up. I think he was a little shook about it.
I don't know. He's always shook.
Would you say that he's a bot at 2K?
No.
No, he's not a bot at 2K, but
definitely not, no.
he's still shook. He did catch a touchdown in the state championship game, though.
I mean, but like he hold every other play, so it's fine.
He would hold every other play but not get caught.
Yeah. So like he's literally a cheater, but it's.
If you were covering him on that play where he caught the touchdown in the state championship game, what would you do?
I would have tackled him.
You would tackle him. No
Just
pick
straight
six, just straight up
Straight up.
tackle him. No
Get
touchdown
long,
for Derek Medor.
No, can't have it, Derek. It's not allowed
Not allowed because
because he's Derek.
it's Derek. Yeah. Now we're moving.
If you knew Derek, you just know it's.
Yeah, we're moving
Derek.
on. We're gonna move on to lacrosse. Now lacrosse is 7-1. They're coming off their state championship last year. They're number 2 in the South. They did lose to Cape Elizabeth, but is Cape Elizabeth really Class A?
Nah, they're kind of irrelevant.
They honestly are.
Who's even heard of Cape Elizabeth?
Like, who is Cape, and why do they have Elizabeth with them?
I don't know, bro.
Like, this is just so weird. Like, what's a caper? It seems like
I really couldn't. Maybe it's a dude that wears a cape, like Superman or something. I don't know.
that's a dope mascot if that's true. I think it's some sort of small, like, vegetable-ish, oil-ish thing you put on, like, dip and stuff.
Well, that's kind of stupid then.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of stupid. You know what's not stupid, America? Tom Philbrook, JV Athlete of the Year. Dominant athlete on and off the field.
You know it, dude.
Hello, how's it going? I'm Christopher Toshak with Last Year at TA, and I'm here to interview a couple of teachers about how their years has gone, how their classes were, and etc. I'm here with Mr. Amoroso, the AP Physics C teacher, and the astronomy teacher. So, how do you think this year's classes has gone for you?
Every year is a little bit different, but this year was pretty drastically different for me. For some reason, there needed to be 2 AP Physics C classes in order to get the schedules right, and so I ended up not teaching the 1 and 2 class, and so my total numbers of students is probably lower than anybody in the school, and there are some serious benefits to that, and so I had too easy a year. They're also took the astronomy class out of the program of studies. Not 100% sure why. So I'll be teaching some just regular physics next year. So I'll have in comparison, it'll be a much busier year with a lot more students. So not quite sure what to expect, but I'll spend the summer sort of building that class. Yeah, and it was a weird year, sort of politically here at TA. And that's fairly normal, but there's a lot going on. This place is always hopping. It's always busy.
If you had to describe, how was it like preparing for the AP test this year? Was it just same old business, or was it nice just having to deal with just the AP Physics C?
The cool thing is the C is the one I've been teaching not as long as the others. So I've enjoyed the time to be able to focus on it and practice a little bit more. I think my lectures have improved. The last 2 years I did a flipped classroom model, which I just wasn't happy with. I think the difference for the kids was minimal, and the difference for me was dramatic. I like actually teaching in person, and so I brought that back, and I think that was very successful. I'm happy about that. I had a couple of goofy kids in my class, which I haven't had before in the AP Physics C, where I just couldn't get, I have classroom management issues in general, and normally when I teach that high level, it's not a problem, and this year it kind of was, so I got a little stressed about that, but that's my problem, and something that I will continue to work on. So,
Do you have any hopes, thoughts for the future of teaching here?
I hope to teach here till I die. Does that count? I'll teach whatever. I'm trying to bring back philosophy. I've been trying for a while. Mr. Goulet had a good idea about maybe offering it every other year rather than every year. And there's places where I can get grant money for it because there's no money for teaching anything new. But I think it's an important class that more importantly, I had a lot of fun teaching it. I used to teach it for free, and then the union got involved, and but I think I might be able to find some compromise to bring it back. There are certain students who aren't math geniuses and aren't English geniuses, but are still geniuses, and the philosophy really hits them nicely. And then there are people from both of those other areas can come together as well. And so it's a nice mix of students doing some very cool thinking that can be life-changing in some ways. It certainly was for me when I was that age. So it's fun to share.
Thank you. That's all. I'm here with Mrs. Ford, English teacher at TA, and with her, football star Tom Brady. So, how do you think this year went for you?
This has been a very challenging year. Professionally, it's been quite challenging, but I think in the classroom, it's probably been one of my more favorite years. I've had 5 really good classes. I've really enjoyed the seniors, except seniors come mid-May. I've really enjoyed working with them and getting to know them, and I've had a lot of fun with my juniors this year as well. So I think from a classroom standpoint, it's probably been one of my top 5 best years.
And what do you hope for continuing this job and with upcoming seniors next year?
I'd hope that some of our students become more engaged in the classroom and less engaged in their devices. And I would hope for people to treat each other with kindness and with compassion, and to really get comfortable in their own skin and enjoy their 4 years while they're here.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Chris.
All right, I'm here with everyone's favorite math teacher, Mr. Khan Academy. How's it going, sir? That's fantastic. As you can see, with Khan Academy, I'm getting my counting in, because of course, I don't know how to count to 3. All right, this is Christopher Toshak signing off. Wait, what'd you say to me?